What's up, guys? This is JTQ9 of LVT, and welcome back to the channel. We've got Season 52, War number 11, against SSX-1, my former ally. We've got a very important war today because we are in a position where there's an outside chance we could make podium, and this is an extremely important war. And yeah, so let's get to it. So I've got a Spider Ham to start off this fight. I made a big mistake initially where I actually used an advanced power boost, which I'm kind of annoyed about because obviously if you hold power against Spider Ham, it just leads to trouble. And then kind of, I don't know, what is that, 15 seconds into the fight, I realized, oh no, I have power. Like, what are you doing, you idiot? You are just going to trigger kind of all his fun stuff. And then realized after that, you know, I couldn't do the typical SP2 spam and end it like that. So anyways, once we figured that out, not too much damage was caused, fortunately, because that could have led to some very interesting things. And just basically ended up spamming the SP1 after this. So it was a little bit longer of a fight, but everything is good in the MCOC world that we played this properly, and he eventually goes down here. Much slower than I would have liked, but you know, like we're already a minute something in, and which makes for unfortunately a little bit longer of a video, despite me accelerating that the pace of the fight by a little bit. So anyways, what can you do? We move on. We've got the Jabari next. This one here, well, is kind of a standard APOC fight where I will be using the spam that, and you're going to see that this fight goes down much faster as a result with the power back boosts. And yeah, so honestly, Jabari, I fought against a lot in Alliance Quest a couple seasons ago, and just never really had any issues. Like, even, you know, she's going to purify the first stun or the first parry. Like, as long as you're aware of that and know how her mechanics work, she's really not that difficult. So anyways, 2 fights in, 2 fights done, 2 fights soloed. So we are now heading over. Oh man, I'm a little behind on my fights. Fortunately, the season ended a couple weeks ago, so we're trying to get these last kind of fights out, just because I don't want to, you know, get up to season or war number 10, and then all of a sudden be like, oh, how'd you guys do, and not show the last 2 fights like I have done in the last couple of seasons. So, but in any case, we're heading through. So we've got this Nick Fury here. Again, I've got with Apocalypse. Again, same kind of strategy, just spam the SP2. He shuts down basically everything else. Pay attention that he doesn't throw, or be careful when he throws the SP1. But obviously you try not to have that. So I, you know, do 4-hit combos, do smaller combos, and really, you know, either bait the heavies and really try to push them to the SP2 as much as possible. And then that way it makes, it removes all the potential stuff that could just go wrong. So, you know, a minute in, he's down, as you can see, compared to the Spider Ham fight, which was, you know, a minute and a half. Despite having the second life, anyway, it went better. So, but I've got a good couple fights today that I haven't taken. So with this one here, I've got Cersei and Doom. Initially, I was told to play with different champs, but I've been very comfortable with Doom, and I know when you're playing in Cersei, if you get that initial heavy off right away, it triggers the transmutation, but then kind of nullifies it immediately. And yeah, I didn't play that one particularly well. I think I was glancing. Anyway, I have an invul boost on, so I'm not particularly worried. The incinerate damage is doing very little. I do take a shot there because I didn't realize she was unblockable. But we keep moving forward, get the stagger up, throw a bunch of SP3s, which is very boring and long to watch, but we make it happen. And then eventually she goes down. So the other reason why I wanted to bring Doom in, I forget who else I was supposed to bring in instead. It wasn't Doom, but anyways, because with Nova, I have this last fight up on Boss Island against this Nova. And again, for me, with Doom being as tanky as he is, despite only being an OR6, he does, I'm very comfortable with him at this point. So, get the stagger off, I will have to get an intercept at some point just to remove the heavy, or to remove the fury, or by doing that. So at least now I can have the stagger. So if I do go to intercept him, that he won't, he won't auto block me at that point. So unfortunately, I got the timing wrong there with that special 3 where I wasn't there yet. But in any case, Doom is such a tank that he took 4% health off when I took that SP. Oh no, sorry, I had an invul boost on at that point. That's right. Sorry, my brain is all kinds of foggy today. So bear with me here. We'll get through these fights at some point as I'm taking more shots to the face. Oh yeah, this fight did get kind of sketchy at one point, didn't it? Because of the falters and stuff. As I'm just kind of watching through this as we're going. But to be fair, I wasn't... Even though he was doing that kind of damage and getting some shots on me, I still wasn't worried. I've plopped Nova so many times in the past that I just am super comfortable with him. Yes, his specials when he's unblockable can be a royal pain, but the strategy was to kind of SP3, push to SP3, push to SP3, just to really keep the power under control, to keep the fight under complete control, and then eventually just finish him off. So yeah, I had a very good showing, and you know, at one point SSX was very close to beating us, and I'm not sure what happened in their last like 15 fights, but they had a lead on us and they ended up dying 2 or 3 times, but we did end up pulling through the win. Fortunately, which now I think puts us in a position where we can actually finish podium, which is very, very surprising. In any case, that moves me to 38 kills on the season, 0 deaths so far, and moves our season record to 8-3. So despite having very terrible wars against a bunch of alliances, we're somehow squeezing these things out. And shout out to all the friends that I have at SSX that I was with for so many years. So take care, guys, and we'll see you all in the next one.